And we're live! Welcome back, everybody in the chat. We are playing Photosynthesis from Blue Orange Games. This is their new title, being released at Gen Con this year. And it's about trees, and you are, I'm gonna just say you're a druid.
Okay.
And you are trying to collect points, for your trees. And you are going to collect sunlight points by doing things with your trees and how the sun absorbs into your trees. And then you're going to use that sunlight to buy more tree stuff and to grow your trees to eventually get more points. So, yeah, it's gorgeous. But this is their Blue Orange Games does one big game every year that they release at Gen Con. Last year it was Vikings on Board. The year previous it was 1901. And this is their release for this year, and I'm super excited to play it. Very, very excited. This game is on loan to us from Jonathan Geek Dad. So this is a pre-release copy, just an FYI. The components are close to final, but not necessarily guaranteed to be final. Like, for example, the rules are just a printout. So if you see something that's a little weird or an off on this, this is not a full production copy. So, warning. But, we go play! Whoa! Oh, you zoomed it.
I was gonna say, yeah, I zoomed it for the live dashboard, so you have to zoom it in again. Because the chat and the live dashboard share the same zoom level.
Yeah. Okay. Also, hello everybody in the chat. I see Charles has joined us now, which is awesome. Okay. Whew. Okay.
Cool.
So, I wanted to point this out. So the back of the player boards have the different types of trees that everybody is, and Steve's blue spruce. Look how gorgeous this art is. There's a bear in it. It's just so pretty.
It's there. That's for you, Paul Dean.
It's so pretty. I already set up my board, so we won't show you the back of that one. But every player board, you're a different type of, like, an actual different type of tree. This game goes up to 4 players. On the box it says 8 and
I have
up.
pine cones, but you have the seeds.
It's the actual seeds of the tree. Like, you would learn about tree stuff if you wanted to teach that. Or learn that while you're playing. But it is, according to the box, it's ages 8 and up. I think Jonathan has played this with his youngest, maybe not his youngest, but some younger. And it says 45 to 60 on the box. We're going to see how long this takes. But in this game, we are responsible for planting and the spreading of trees. And so what we're going to do is there are 2 phases to every round. The first phase is the sun hits our trees and we get light points, which is the primary currency in this game. So we are going to start the game by putting trees out on the perimeter of the board. And when the photosynthesis phase happens, the sun, there are arrows on the sun which point in a direction of a column and will tell you which column, like which direction the sun comes, which is important because the perspective of the sun in relation to your trees determines how many light points you would get. So, for example, if I have a tree right here, a small tree right here, it's directly on the sun, it's not getting hit, it's not in the shadow of anybody's trees, so it's going to collect a light point. However, if Steve had a tree right here behind me, oh, I've just realized this camera angle is going to stink for discerning which of our trees is which. We'll fix that in a minute. But if Steve's tree is right here, our trees are the same height, and my tree will block his tree. It throws a shadow equal to how tall it is. So this little tiny adorable tree puts a shadow on this spot. If Steve had planted his tree back here, it doesn't cast a shadow that far, so his tree would also get sunlight. However, if Steve had planted a larger tree, yeah, we're going to change it so there's some perspective on this board. If Steve had planted the larger tree behind my tree, which is smaller, his tree, because it's taller, would get sunlight because my little tiny adorable tree can't block it. So he would still collect sun. So that's important.
I think that's the best explanation of the BattleTech line of sight rules that I've ever heard. Throwing some shade.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Paul. Oh, yeah.
Yep. So that is the shade stuff, right? And what you're going to do is the size of your tree also corresponds to how many sunlight points you get. So in this situation, my little tiny adorable tree would get me 1 sunlight point, which I track on my counter on my player board. Steve's tree, which is a medium-sized tree, would get 2 sun points, so he would get that on his board. And then if one of us had planted our large tree, which is very large, you would get 3 sunlight points for that. In addition, we have seeds that we will be planting. Seeds don't get any points, no matter where they are. So it's like, if it's directly in the sun, it's not going to get any points as a seed. It needs to be a tree to get me light points. So that is the photosynthesis phase. Then, oh right, and also the bigger trees throw more shade. So this tree, the medium-sized tree, throws shade onto 2 spaces behind it, and then the very large tree throws space onto 3 spaces behind it. So if I planted if I had grown a tree to the very large size here, none of these spots behind it would have sunlight. And even if Steve planted his very large tree behind it, it would still block his tree because they are the same height. And you'll see more of those as we start playing and like situations happen. So the next phase is, so the photosynthesis phase happens. Everybody photosynthesize is. And then what's going to happen is everybody is going to, starting with whoever has the first player token, everybody's going to take as many actions as they want. And your possible actions are, Steve's prepping dog dinners. The possible actions are you can buy trees from your player board. See, look at these. They're so pretty. You can buy trees from your player board and put them over here. When they're in this area, they're not on your player board. You are free to plant them or to grow your trees to that. If they're on your player board, you have to pay for them to get off of the player board. And you pay for them using the light points that you collected from your trees that are on the board. To purchase a tree or a seed, the cost is actually on the board. So, and you purchase from cheapest up. So my very first seed is 1 light point. My second seed is also 1 light point. But then my third seed is 2 points, and my 4th seed is 2 points. So the trees, if I, like, my first 2 small trees are 2 points, and then my latter 2 small trees are 3 points, so on and so forth. So it gets a little bit more expensive as you start putting more things on the board. So you can buy. Then you can plant. So you can only plant seeds that you already have in your area. And to plant a seed, you have to have the seed plant from a tree you already have on the board. So if I have this tree here on the board, it's a small tree, so it can have a seed 1 spot away from it, because that's as far as it can throw a seed. So it could put a seed here, here, or here. It needs to be adjacent. If it was a medium tree, I can put a seed 2 spots out. So I could put the seed here or here, I could put the seed here or here, or I could put the seed here or here. It needs to be direct line of sight. And there's a handy dandy like cheat sheet on the bottom of your player aid that tells you how far a seed can go. It also just costs 1 light point to plant a seed.
So if there's stuff in the way, you can't go 3, even if you have a big tree?
No, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. There doesn't have to be, you can have things that are in the way.
Okay.
If you have a medium tree, it can go 3, similar to the shade distance. How far it can plant and how much shade it throws is the same.
Good.
So then, the other thing that you can do is you can grow a tree. So, on the bottom of the player board, it also tells you how much it costs to grow a seed. So, to go from a seed to a small tree, it costs 1 light point. So I would do that. So I swapped the seed for a small tree. Then the seed that I had, I believe, goes back to the, if you have no more spaces on your board, whenever you plant anything or do any upgrades, you take the previous thing that was on the board and you put it back on your player board. But if there's no space on your player board for it to go, there's no more slots, it goes back in the game box. It's out of the game. So that would be 1 point. Then I could spend 2 light points on another turn to upgrade that small tree into a medium tree. And then if I had purchased a large tree on another turn, I could pay 3 points to make it into a large tree. Then on another turn, I could kill this tree. It's the life cycle, but this is how we get points that actually matter for in-game scoring. So this tree would reach the end of its life cycle. I would pay 4 light points, and it would decompose and go back to my player board in the lowest spot. And depending on where it came from on the player board determines which stack of points I collect from. So this one, it has 1 leaf on this spot. It's like the lighter edge of the forest, so it's not as rich and fertile in soil, I guess. So I would get a point from, I would get the top card of this stack. These stacks are, it goes from 14 to 12, and it descends. This stack is 17 to 13, and the final stack is 19 to 17. So there's a 4th stack, but when you're playing in 2-player, when you would collect from the 4 pile, which is in the dead center, you just collect a 3-player. And that's the only rule modification for 2-player. But it's important to know, so the tree would go away, you would get that, and then the tree would go back onto your board. It's important to note that I was saying very clearly on another turn. You can only do something with a seed or a tree once per turn. So I can't plant a seed and then like freak grow it to a giant tree in 1 turn.
Each individual tree or seed can only be
affected
by
once.
you once.
However, you can purchase an item and then plant that item on the same turn. But you can't plant something and then have it like freak grow. So once it's planted, you have to wait another turn to make it grow. And once it's grown, you have to wait another turn to make it grow again. And you can't skip grow phases. So you have to like wait it out. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. So that is all the possible actions, and that's how you get points. At the end of the round, it is basically when everybody has passed and said that they're done. Then you get to, you move the sun. So you take the sun and you move it to the next slot. You do the photosynthesis phase again. Then, I realized that camera wasn't on. So the sun starts, there's a little sunspot. But at the end of the round, you rotate to the next sun position, you do photosynthesis again, you go again and again and again. Once the sun makes it back to this spot, that is the end of a full phase, I guess like a year, they would say. And so you take this counter off there, 3 years in the game, and then we know that we are on our 2nd year, and we have 2 more to go. So that's like the round counter. So, yeah.
Very cool.
The first player token also rotates at the end of the round.
Alright.
Okay.
I will say I'm really happy with how we spruced up our table.
Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. Alright, let's check up on chat, because it has been a while. Oh no! Poor Charles. Charles might die from dog flatulence. Okay, so the very first thing that we do, now that we have done setup, which is we populate our board as much as we can, you're going to have some extra trees left over. We are going to place those trees to seed the board. Ow. Okay. So we're going to put 2 trees out, and we're going to start with the first player, who is the youngest player, who is me. We got to figure out how to provide a little bit of angle so the board's a little interesting.
Well, we can slide that back and angle it down. Forward. I will futz.
You'll make everybody seasick.
Okay. Chat, I'm sorry.
The camera's not on that one. I'm not gonna torture them with that. Just be careful with the wire hooked on everything. But we still want to provide the general position.
Yeah, no, I know.
So if you just go down a little, that should work. You're a little off center now.
Yeah, I know.
That should work. Let's see what it looks like. You need to. Nope. Nope. It just makes it really aware that we have flipped the perspective.
Oh.
But that works. It looks a little weird, but that works.
Story of my life.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah, it's just because we've flipped perspective.
Can we unflip?
Well, no, because then it looks weird. Alright, do you want to sit down?
Yeah.
We'll just scoot
Okay,
this over.
if anybody feels like they're hanging upside down from a tree or something, we're sorry.
Okay, so to start, we're going to place 2 of our trees on the edge of the board. So I'm going to put my tree here. Steve, put a tree.
On the edge of the board?
Yes,
Yeah, it can be
so
on
it
the
has
edge.
the one spot. Remember the sun's moving. Counterclockwise. Let me do that. There's your second tree, sir. I don't think we have a... We'll see if this works for perspective. Okay, so that is the beginning of the round. So now we photosynthesize. So... Photosynthesize. So, all of our trees are small, and all of the trees get sun. So we're going to do 1 point per tree. So we each get 2 points. Woohoo! You get 2 light points. Good job.
Is there a way to earn dark points?
No.
Which is only light side?
Only light side.
Okay.
Yep. Alright, so now we are going to take our turns. So, I'm not sure if we alternate. If it wasn't obvious, we haven't played this yet. Ha ha ha. I think you just do everything all at once. So, instead of alternating and taking turns. Yep. Players are free to spend their light points on any number of actions, provided they do not carry more than 1 action on the same seed tree square. Yep. But I think we...
Run continues clockwise.
But you take all of your actions. Because it says you may take any number of actions on your turn. So I think I have to do my entire turn at 1 go. Which is fine. What do I want to do for 2 points? Well...
Oh, is there any rhyme or reason? Like, is there any restrictions on which order we can buy things in?
Yeah. Once they're here, that's what you use to plant. Buying doesn't matter. But I am, however, going to spend 2 of my light points, which is all I have, to...
We start with these. Okay.
Goes back to... That's fine. I'm going to do that to grow this medium tree. And this tree is out of the game. The chat is coming up with tree names? Trees, Carly's Everyday Foundation spreads the word of conservation about trees. That's pretty good. There we go.
I'm going to plant 2 seeds for my 2 light points. I'm going to try a different strategy than yours.
What? Different strategies?
Mm-hmm.
No one ever did that.
Different trees.
Forest by the care. Okay, so that was our round. So Steve is now the first player. We rotate the sun. Shoop. Ba-ba-dee, ba-ba-dee, ba-ba-dee. And we get more points. So my medium tree gets 2 points. And then my small tree still gets 1 point. And so I get 3 points now.
I still only get 2 points.
You do still only get 2 points.
But I'm the first player, right? So I will spend both of my points to upgrade both of my seeds.
Oh, okay.
And then these go...
They go out of the game.
Back in the box. Oh.
Yeah.
So it would have perhaps behooved me to instead buy seeds off my player board.
I mean, potentially.
Potentially.
Potentially. I am going to spend 1 light point to throw a seed out here. And then I will spend another light point. Should I plant the second tree? I'm going to plant the second tree up here. Yeah. Okay. So that is... Oh, I have 1 more life point.
Like...
I will
That's
purchase,
a good song, Charles.
I will purchase a seed from my board. Okay, so then the sun rotates again.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
I'm the first player, and I get three light points.
I think that's the matter.
If you don't spend light points, they do accrue. That is important to note.
Okay.
But get your light points. You get 4.
I do.
You do. Alright, so I have 3. So I'm going to spend 2 to turn these into trees. So the 1 seed goes back to my board.
I only get 3, don't I?
You get 4.
No, because you threw shade.
I am throwing shade. Ha ha ha. Oh man. Okay. I have 1 more light point. I think I'm going to use it to buy a seed. And that is my light points. Stupid turn. This goes really fast. Granted, I mean, it's 2 players,
I'm
but
going
this
to
still goes
pay
really
2
fast.
to upgrade this. Oh, that would go out of the game, wouldn't it? So with my 3 points, I'm actually going to buy a seed and a small tree.
Okay.
For 3 points.
And so then the sun moves.
Yeah, that kicking stuff out of the game is brutal.
Boop. Steve is start player. And I get 5 light points.
I get 4.
Oh, wait. Yes, I do. I still get 5.
Oh, am I shading my own tree? I am.
You are shading your own
So I still
tree.
only get 3.
But I get 5 because this is not big enough to shade the one in the back, which is super important if I ever want to upgrade it.
This is starting to get a little wild.
Oh, wow. This is interesting.
I feel like I can't see the forest for the trees, and I'm making poor strategic decisions.
Oh my goodness.
So I must take action.
This is this has already gotten serious.
Yeah. It's all tree jokes and fun and games. Until...
Come on, think of the food carts.
Yeah, no... I think I'm gonna...
Don't repeat it.
Can I upgrade this and then throw a seed?
Ooh. That's a great question. You cannot collect... Oh, no. You cannot grow a tree from one size to the next and then place a seed using that tree as its origin.
That...
You cannot.
I cannot do that.
But
that would be breaking time.
I believe you can plant the seed and then grow the tree. Okay. Woo! I have 5 points. I am going to purchase a medium tree for 3 points, and then I am going to grow this tree into a medium tree, which I can do because you can use a purchased tree to grow. Oh, okay. Alright, that's that round. You're throwing shade on me, but I still get 5 points.
I think I only get 4, actually.
If a tree falls in this game, does it make a sound? Let's find out. Did you hear it?
I mean, but we were around.
Oh, that's true. We were
Yeah.
around. We would all have to leave. If Steve cheats in this game, is it considered treason?
Wow.
That's good.
Okay, you're first player.
Steve's leaving. Can you bring back a LaCroix?
Well, yeah, and your dog.
Oh man. Okay, I have 5 points. I need to purchase this tree for 3, and I need to plant it again back here, because otherwise I ain't gonna get no sun in that cluster. Alright. Now it's his turn. He's not here. Buying that seed was pointless. Oh, but I could throw it out. Ooh. Don't sell it. Can I have a LaCroix? Oh, he's eating cornflakes. This is deep.
It's not as cold because I only put it in the fridge like an hour ago.
That's fine. It's your turn.
That's right, my Bona. If I had thought of it myself first, I would have said it. That was a good one.
Yep. No AP.
Okay. Choose to buy another small tree. And,
This is so pretty.
I wanted to get a seed. And then 1 to grow a seed into a... tree.
Ah!
Alright. That was it?
Sorry, I know that the forest will get even cooler. But I
Yeah, they'll kind of shade it from the sun so it'll heat up less.
Photosynthesis. Okay.
Alright, well, let's calculate some sun.
Zonk. Yay! I'm happy I grew that tree. You're blocking yourself. Stop blocking yourself. Stop blocking yourself. I get 7.
Still only get 5.
Oh no, I blocked myself.
Oh,
there.
am I first player?
Yeah, and I blocked myself there, so I only get 5.
Well, let's do 3 to get one of these, and then and you have to go in a straight line, so for seeds. So let's do 1, and then buy another seed for 1. Okay. So you have to
Okay.
take your turn.
Yep. I'm going to plant a seed there for 1, and I will purchase a small tree for 2, and I will plant
Oh, I could have placed a seed there. 'Cause it's right
another
next to my tree.
seed there. No, because that's a new tree.
Oh, right, it was a new tree. Yep.
Ooh, where do I want to do a tree there?
I seed what you did there.
I think I'm going to do the tree here. I'll do there. For another 1. And then I have 1 more point. I'm just going to hold on to it. I'm going to hold on to it. Okay, so this comes to me. We rotate this. That was the end of the first year. We are now round 2, year 2.
You first.
I'm first.
Well, Sun first.
Sun.
So
I am
5.
blocking myself here.
Oh, I'm blocking you there.
Yeah, so I only get 4. Yep. But I saved 1, which is important.
I think I get 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're gin canting. We're playing Karuba. You should join us. We're going to do 2 streams. We're doing Karuba next Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific. And we're doing that time as like the kickoff for Gin Cant and so that people can play with their kids. And then we're doing another Karuba stream at 6 p.m. on Friday, next Friday. And that one is just another one, so like it's more involved for like West Coast people and stuff like that. I'm super excited! There's also a contest with it. There's 2... Each stream, the Thursday stream and the Friday stream, will have, if you play along and you score high enough, you can be entered to win a $40 gift card to habausa.com.
Wow.
Which is pretty great. Yeah. But I'm going to be the host. I'm going to be the Karuba Bingo caller. So you should watch next Thursday.
Karu Bingo.
Karu Bingo. Okay, I have to take a turn now. Ah!
Take a turn for the worst.
Yeah, I just realized that seed is horrible that I just planted.
Until it
But
grows
I'm
from
gonna buy
a tiny
this
caterpillar
big tree.
to a wonderful butterfly.
Buy a big tree, and then I have 1 more point, which I will spend to grow this seed into a small tree. Okay. Stupid turn.
I'm gonna spend 3 to grow this into a size 2 tree. Oh wait, no, that only costs 2, does it?
Karuba is so good. I am really bummed that our stream's gonna be too late to play with our nephew. Or too early. Our nephew gets in at like 10 o'clock on Friday night, and he will be very tired, so he wouldn't be able to play with us anyway. But I almost considered doing the second one on Saturday so that Kevin could play with us. But then I realized we're gonna be like going to a water park and all this other stuff, so yeah. I like Karuba a lot. I'm really excited. If you don't own a copy of the game, you can find there's a map online somewhere that's unofficial, and I'm unofficially not telling you about it.
I'm just gonna keep my 2
You can just play with
points.
like a pen and paper. I'll like show people how to draw the grid. Okay, you keeping it? Alright, so this goes to you, and this rotates, and light points. Throwing shade! Sorry. I block myself here, but I get 7 from my other ones. And I'm blocking 1 of yours, and you're blocking this one and this one.
Mm-hmm. So I'm only getting 4. So I have 2, so that puts me at 6.
And you start.
Okay, well, I'll get a big tree for 4.
Charles, you can't win.
And then I will spend 2 to plant 2 seeds.
I am going to turn. I'm going to spend. 4 points to purchase the medium tree, and then I will spend 3 points to grow, or no, it's only 2. Yay! 2 points to grow this tree into the medium tree. So this goes back on my board, and I have 1 point left. I will.
I like that you can actually see the shadows in the stream.
Yeah. I am not gonna use that point.
I feel like,
Shoop. What do you feel?
I think I can get the camera a little lower.
I mean, you can, but I think it's okay. Yeah, you could. But I think it would screw the perspective up even more, but...
6. So 6.
Okay. I blocked myself on that, and I blocked myself on that. So I only get 5, but I had 1 left over. So I get 6 total. Which is great, because it costs 3 to do that. So that goes back on my board. And then I have 3 left, which I will use to... I'm going to use one of it to buy a seed. And then, ooh, I will spend $1 to plant that seed there.
Alright.
Yeah.
And for my turn, I'm going to spend 3 to upgrade that.
Oh, that's a great idea,
And then I'm going to spend
Angela.
3 to buy it back.
She feels like this game should have a clip-on booklet type thing that you can actually see the tree shadows as it moves around the board.
That would be cool. And then we're done.
Okay.
There is very little downtime or any administrative hiccups in this. Is this in shadow of this?
Yes, because they're the same height.
Oh, and then that one's in shadow of my tall one. So I actually...
And my tall one. My tall one's in blocking your tall
Yeah,
one.
so I only get 2 points.
I'll get 2, 4, 6, 7,
Oh.
10, 11.
Wow, that's a big swing.
Yep. At the end of the game, leftover light points, there's like a thing next to where they are on the track that show you how many points they are. Is the world flat in this game? No. But it's a small enough representation of the forest that the curve of the earth does not need to be taken into consideration. Okay. I need to do things. So I'm going to spend 5 of my points to get my big tree, and then I will spend 3 of my remaining points to upgrade this tree into a big tree. So a medium tree back. And then I will spend 2 points to get this small tree. Yeah. And I have 1 point left, but I'm not going to spend it. Stupid turn.
I'm actually just going to spend my 2 points to get a tree. Very exciting.
Do you guys get Tillamook brand stuff, or is that a West Coast thing? We totally get Tillamook brand stuff. We have a bridge called Tillamook.
But yeah, does anybody else not on the West Coast, do you get Tillamook?
Yeah, that's a good question. Alright, what are you going to do?
I did it.
Oh.
I only got 2 points.
Oh. Okay.
Life's hard.
Life is hard. Okay.
Oh my god, I just realized.
What? I threw shade on myself.
Is what... When the sun
1,
goes all the way
4,
around...
6, 9.
When the sun goes all the way around the board, is that called a round? Or is a round both of us taking a turn?
Around is just both of us taking a turn.
Darn it. I was hoping that would be a round if the sun went around.
Oh, man. I get 9 points, so I'm at 10. You start. You blocked yourself again! You get 4. You get 5 points. Yeah.
Big tree is 3 points, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm not good at trees, everybody. Let's pay another 2 to do that, and then another 2 to upgrade these.
Okay.
And then they go back to the board.
I am going to spend 2 to get another small tree for my board, and I will spend 4 to plant that one, and to plant that one. That goes that game. And then I will spend 3 points. Or, yeah,
Oh, when you
I will
place
spend
back
3
on your
points.
board.
Hang on, getting this medium tree. Okay, what was your question?
When you place back on your board, can you place anywhere, or do you have
No.
to place from top down?
It has to go top down. Yeah. Okay. So I get that back. I feel like we're off. I feel like we passed when we shouldn't have. Because shouldn't I be first at the beginning of the round? Oh well. Okay. Points. Late points. I get 1, 2. That blocks everything.
Oof. 1,
5,
2, 3, 4, 5,
7.
7, 8, 9. I get 9, so I'm at 10.
Okay. I have 8 points. I am going to use those 8 points to spend 2 points to upgrade this tree to a medium tree, which means that goes back to my board. And then I will spend 4 points killing this tree.
Decomposing it.
Decomposing it. And it
Circle of life.
goes back, and it was a 1, so I get the top 14. The chat has discussed themselves into ice cream now.
Turn me up.
Oh, and I have 2 more points left, and I will use those 2 points to cry, and to also be done. Okay.
Okay, I have 10. I'm going to spend 4. No, sorry, I'm going to spend 5 to buy this. And then 3 to upgrade this one. And then 2.
Oh, I have a fox on my board. And a squirrel.
To upgrade this one. Alright, that's to me.
Are you a Mario? Alright, this is the last year of the game. So I get 2, 4, 5. With my 2, I'm at 7.
I think I get 11. Alright. I'll spend 2 to get 2 seeds. Spend 1
See you, Angela.
to drop a seed, and then I'll spend 1, 2, 3,
It just looks
4.
so good. That camera angle is not doing it
I'll
justice.
spend 4. No, it's not. To put
I'm going to
that
tweet
on
a
my
picture
board,
of it because it's just so
and then get
awesome.
the top 19.
Just looks so good.
And then I'll spend 4 more to get the top 17. Yeah, I feel like I can get it more at an angle, but we probably want to flip it.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll do like a pan at the end of the game. Oh man. Okay. 7 points Wow, you got the 19. Urgh. I will spend 5 points to get my big tree. And then I'll spend the last 2 points to get 2 seeds. And then it's rotate time! Whoop. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 9, 10. Yay.
I only get 4.
Hey, James. Okay, and then I go first. I need to spend plant. I'm going to spend 1 to plant here. I'll spend another 1 to plant here. And then I will spend 4 to get a medium tree. And then I will upgrade the medium tree to a large tree for 3. Right there. I have 1 point left. I will save it. Your turn. No AP. Yeah.
Plant a seed.
The game looks better at a different angle. No, that doesn't show it well.
Here, if you flip one of those, I'll make the camera.
I will flip this camera.
And then I will spend 3.
Alright, everybody, hold on tight. Ah!
Here, let me do some magic.
And I'll move this here. That looks a lot more normal. Okay. Ah! 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 You're in the way of the face cam now. You should just lower the rod. Alright, while he's doing that, we'll do this camera. You should lower the staff.
This?
No, the rod. Your hand is not on it. That pole. The pole. Yes, there you go. There we go. You should, use that, because this won't go up high enough. And then you're not straight at all. There we go. Let's see what that looks like.
It's gonna be a little crooked.
Ah! Wait, why is that upside down? Okay, there we go. Oh, that looks so much better.
See, that's what I was wanting to do.
Okay, there we go. That's the player board. You're kind of missing, there's a tree back here you can't see, but it gives you a better idea of the shade concept, I guess. Did you go, Mr. AP?
Yeah.
Okay. There's like a thing on the bottom of the sun, so it hooks onto the table, but it doesn't quite work when it's straight on an edge. Okay. 3, 5.
Oh, neat.
Could you put that down? Oh my gosh. Okay. 2, 5, 7, 10. Ooh. 11, 12. This sun angle is really good for me, I've noticed. Okay. I'm going to grow for 2 points this tree into a slightly bigger tree. And then I will spend 2 points to get my little tree back. And I will spend 2 points to turn this seed into a little tree, which is point. And then I will spend 4 points to get my other medium tree back. And then I am done. Yes, I am done.
My turn?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to spend all 3 to get this. Replace that seed.
The trees are, there's no glue, it's just
Quad.
quad support. Oh, whoa, what happened to the camera? Oh no! It
Oh.
fell. It fell. You didn't tighten the rod. Sorry, everyone! Oh my goodness.
It's still tight. I don't know how. How's that?
Well, you gotta tighten it really tight. There you go. That's perfect. Super tight. Is it tight enough?
Super tight.
Okay. Charles is saying that the Game Boy Geek released his Gen Con video and said that there is a game that is a surprise release from a company that will end up being the game of Gen Con. Renegade is doing a secret launch.
Restoration Games was going to make an announcement, but I think that was their...
They're not a super well-known publisher. They're still pretty new.
Yeah, they're still pretty new.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well-known publisher. Next turn. Next round.
Wait, did you already pass this?
Yeah, because you started last turn, so I start this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, is that in the shade of that? It is.
Yep.
So
2, 5, 6, 8, 11,
I'll spend 4.
13 plus my 2, I'm at 15.
Where to get that? Okay, that's me.
Oh, you're done? Oh, yeah, because you didn't kill that. I will... I didn't mean it like that, but now
that's not just a burn, that's a forest fire.
Oh! I'm going to spend 2 points to grow this baby tree into a medium tree. And then so that goes back on my board. And then I will spend 4 points to end of life. It's the circle of life.
My engine is not functioning the way Tiffany's is.
To circle of life this big tree. I loved you. To get that. And then I will spend 5 points to get that tree back. And I will spend 2 points to get the little tree. And then I will spend 1 point to turn this seed into a tree.
Alright. Next round.
Okay. I get
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I get 10 plus 7, so 11. And I go first this time. Downforce. I'm excited for Downforce.
I'm pretty excited for Downforce.
Yeah. Fantasy Flight was doing Fallout. Trying to think what else it could be. Okay.
Thank you, Mabona. I appreciated that.
The groan.
The groan just means it was good.
I'm gonna pay 3 to do this tree into a big tree to put that back, and then I will pay I think I'm actually good. I could end of life that other tree. It's gonna give me so much more sun. It's gonna give me a ton of sun. I will pay 4 to end of life that tree.
You win.
Which puts it back, which gets me that. And then I only have 4 left. I will not do anything else.
Alright, and for my turn, I spend 3 to upgrade that to that.
Charles is a sap for her jokes.
And then with 5 left, I don't know what I can do because I can't get anything else to that stage.
Oh, were you not done?
No. Because we don't get points for anything on the board, right? It's only for
light.
Only for light and for that. So yeah, I think I'm done.
Okay. You start. And then I get.
Ooh, actually.
What?
Spend 2.
Okay. Yep. Okay. 2, 3, 6, 7. It's 7 light points. Steve, get your light points.
What month are trees afraid of? Asks Matt Bona.
September.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Hi, Vince.
5, 6, 7, 8. So 8, 3, 11. And then I'll spend 1, 2, 3, 4 of those to convert that into an 18 points.
Yeah.
Which will.
I will spend 5 points.
I'm not done yet. But I think there's something else that I want to do.
Do you like this one or the worker placement lumber game more? That's so...
I mean, you play this first.
You play this first and grow the forest, and then you play Lignum. Are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you done yet?
I don't think there's anything else I can do. So I guess I'm done.
Okay. I do 4 to end of life this big tree.
Yeah.
Which was a 3, so I get 17.
What a betrayal.
It's not even, nope, that isn't even close to a real word.
What? Didn't you play that game about building a log cabin?
No.
Betrayal House on the Hill?
Yep. And then I could spend more points, but I'm not going to. I could spend more light, but I'm not going to because, yeah. Okay, so that was the final round.
I don't think you have any more light. I think you're full of darkness.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So the tiebreaker is the quantity of things that a player has on the board.
Ah, the quantity of things.
Okay, so then we add up our points.
You win.
And then you also get points. You get 1 point for every 3 light points that you have. So...
Run it up, I imagine.
No. Oh, yes. I guess. That would make sense, yes. Because it's a kid's game. It's a family game. Math is hard.
Math is hard. How you doing? How you doing, Chief?
I'm good. I scored nice.
Okay, well, I scored 57, so my score is numerical, and yours isn't, therefore I win. That was a good one, Charles. Trigonometry.
I
Please,
scored
Elise.
69.
57. With the token values being high, it's kind of how many you get, although if you get the same amount as someone else, you want to get better ones. I underestimated how important it would be to get...
To end of life a tree?
Well, no, to end-of-life trees on the outside.
Oh. Well, yeah, I was like, it's not worth it to fight, and if I just had 2 easy range... Yeah, what was your score again? 56?
57. Wait. Hold on. 58.
Okay.
No, 57.
Ah! Okay. You've been logged. Either way.
Oh!
That was taken on purpose!
What are we playing, Lignum? Because you're logging our plays.
Triumph, Tiffany!
Triumph. Yep, that was a
triumphed.
good game. You had a good Sunlight Engine build that you were doing.
Well, yeah. Well, it was actually, like, I had it set up where there were 2 or 3 light phases where my trees just totally blocked yours.
Yeah.
And so I could do really awesome things.
I don't know, I was trying to get in the middle and end of life, and it just wasn't worth it, because it wasn't getting enough sun to make it worthwhile.
Yeah. That was fun.
That was fun.
I like that a lot.
I
like
will
that
say-
way more than Vikings on board.
I will say, towards the end, if you haven't been doing that well, you can probably see the end coming. Like, if you just can't... It takes so many turns to, like, I guess, literally set it up and knock it down
Yeah.
for your trees, that you probably would be able to see your loss coming a couple turns early. But that's fine.
It's still fun.
Yep. That's... I know I'm pining to go back to a place where I did better earlier in the stream, but...
No. No, that's just not allowed.
It's not allowed.
How do I have no location?
Because you actually occupy the space between dimensions, and you're an ethereal being that knows how to manipulate the way that sun hits your trees.
Wow.
Without-
Did you win Tiny Park last night, or did I win Tiny Park? I think you won.
I
Steve is
beat ya.
the undefeated Tiny Park champion.
It's all about the bubblegum trains.
The bubblegum trains are pretty good. Alright, anyway, sorry. I've now logged our place. So that was Photosynthesis. If it wasn't painfully obvious that was our first time playing, I helped Jonathan, his kids, paint miniatures, their first ever miniatures, last week, and I saw that he had Photosynthesis, and so he loaned it to us, and then we tore apart our living room and didn't have a chance to play it. So, I feel bad about not having played the game before we streamed it, but I figured it would work because it was a kid's game and I did really well. So, anyway, I'm sorry about that. But, that was awesome. I definitely think that with 3 players, it would be even more interesting. I don't know if 4 players would frustrate me more, or if it would be more interesting. I feel like it might be frustrating. I feel like 4 players would just frustrate me more.
I think that's because you're getting into the territory control.
Yeah.
Which I think some people would really like.
Yes,
So,
this is very true. I am not a big area control. I'm not a big
Blood Rage with 4
yeah.
person.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that with 4 this would be Blood Rage, but it would be. I think it would be pretty brutal, because you would start blocking people on one side. It'd be hard to get your seeds over to the other side of the board. Yeah, no, I think not that the territory control isn't important with 2, but I can see blocking and shade being very important.
Yeah.
As well as wanting to leave those. I think that's one of the things I like the most about this game is the tension of wanting to leave your tall trees up, so they're denying sun to the other players.
And they're getting me more sun points.
And they're getting you more sun points.
Sage rage, sap rage, sorry, flood rage.
But because what's neat is they still get their full points even if they're surrounded by trees that are shorter than them. So that's kind of neat, where they completely deny sun to ones that are in its shade.
Yeah.
I like that.
If you're playing with more than 2 players, there is a stack of points for the center spot. So there's an additional tile stack that goes from 22 to 20. And once they're gone, they're gone. But for 2 players, they say to just not do this stack, and you just pull from the 3 pile. Which makes sense, because otherwise there's just way too many tiles out for people to pull from.
And when a tile's done, you don't get points for felling.
Yeah, you don't downgrade.
You don't. Okay, that's interesting.
I believe you don't. And then the other thing is that you can play for a more advanced game. They say play 4 rounds instead of 3. So there is a sun token if you want to play 4 rounds. But otherwise, all of the different players have different types of trees, and they're just so pretty.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this. Look, like, just imagine if you were playing this with 4 players. Look how flippin' gorgeous that would be.
That was a good flip.
Yeah. Look, this has got mushrooms at the base of it. It's just pretty.
Oh, jeez.
It's so smart for them to be like, oh, just make the player trees different trees. It's great. I like it a lot. It's good, and the box is a little bigger so that you can fit the trees assembled.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to take them apart every game. And if Blue Orange does this like how they did Vikings on Board came pre-punched and pre-assembled. I don't know if they're going to do that with this game, but I would not be surprised if they shipped it pre-punched and pre-assembled, because that's what Blue Orange does.
I will also say, if they wanted to do this insert, there wouldn't be enough room for the punch boards.
Yes.
As well.
Well, remember, this is a pre-production.
No, I know it's a pre-production. I'm just saying, if the final insert would be like this, there wouldn't also be enough room for the punch boards. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could be a hint. I don't know. Definitely.
Have to find out when our coffee shows up. I ordered this.
You ordered this?
I pre-ordered it at the friendly local game store.
So, to clarify, were you just leaving the Sun tokens in here? Or was there
no, one player, there's no bag.
Okay.
Jonathan doesn't bag. Jonathan's crazy.
I would like to say this will stay in our collection, however, it doesn't belong to us.
Yeah.
So
Jonathan wants it back.
While I would like to steal it from John, we do have to give it back.
It's fine, we're getting our own. So, yeah.
I would like to play it with more players. I have a feeling 3 would be a sweet spot as well.
See, and it's even recessed so that the board fits in it nicely. And then all of the backs have pretty... Look at mine. There's a fox and a squirrel.
Would you say there's a fox in the forest?
I don't know if you guys... I love trees. It's one of the reasons I was totally down to move to Portland. I have a tree tattoo. I'm getting another tree tattoo. Like, my arm is just covered in trees of different types and leaves. I have leaves tattooed onto my feet. I'm getting another tree tattoo on the other shoulder at some point.
Those trees are only partially visible. It's kind of like a tree tease.
You know, there's one tree that only you get to see. This is a kid's stream. Never mind.
Yeah, I was making a tree tease joke about political discourse.
I don't think these don't go in that way. These just sit on top. Okay. So yeah, but thank you, Jonathan, if you're watching this, for loaning us your copy of Photosynthesis, and thank you, Blue Orange, for sending it to Jonathan.
Oh, the sun! Don't forget the sun.
Oh.
Otherwise, the players of this game will forever be shrouded in darkness, and no one will get any points, and they'll just end the game sad, and nothing will grow, and just the sun will be blotted out by the ashes.
Is this Fern Gully? Or...
Oh my god! I was in a bar, a bar behind a restaurant that everybody waits to go into the restaurant, and they were playing Fern Gully on TV. It was so good. Like, Fern Gully is a movie where if you saw it as a young kid, you don't remember anything, and then you watch it again, and you're just like, oh my god.
Yeah, Fern Gully's dark.
All of this was yeah.
Oh yeah.
Super dark.
Thank you for tuning in and watching this stream. This was a blast. This is spoilers. This is in my Gen Con top. I don't know how many the number is yet, but this game was a game that I was super interested in getting and playing, and I'm really happy that I got to play it. It's super awesome that Jonathan Liu lives very close and likes us, and because
thank you, Jonathan, for liking us.
He gets games sent to him a lot as pre-release, and we get games sent to us as pre-release, and so we kind of swap sometimes for dual press coverage, which is kind of sweet. But anyway, okay, Arboretum bonus stream. We actually don't have Arboretum anymore.
We got rid of it. Who do we know? It's one of their very favorite games in the entire world. There's someone we know that it is in their top 5.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah. Someone we know absolutely loves it. I think we liked it too.
We did like it, but I didn't like it enough to keep it. Though I'm remembering now, the only time we ever played it was when I was sick. So.
And we were at a cafe.
No, I played it with my mom when I was sick once. Anyway.
Speaking of social media advice, number 2 on the back says stock up on sunlight while avoiding the shade.
Yeah. Kabuki Kid says, would you add this to your collection? I'm ignoring the pun there, but the answer is yes. We are purchasing it and adding it to our collection.
It does.
Matt Bona said, based on their history, I'd say it has a chance. Yeah. Oh, Angela got Fox in the Forest. That's so good.
Oh, yay.
I think we're gonna go play Fox in the Forest and get dinner.
Yep.
So yeah. Okay. Jonathan Liu is Geek Dad. Well, he's one of the main writers for Geek Dad. He does writing, and he writes a lot, and he gets a lot of stuff. He mostly does a lot of Kickstarters, but he does do production stuff, but he focuses more on, like, family games. And if you ever come to Portland and you are participating in some sort of gaming event in Portland and you follow Jonathan on Twitter, he will occasionally do, like, come to my house and play games. His collection makes our collection look small. Very small. Like, they're over 1,000. They have over 1,000 games. So they use the library stack system where they have the carts on wheels in their basement, which is finished. And so when you want a game, you move the stacks to go and get the...
It's not the massive, like, turny wheel things. They're just metal carts, but it is the library system. Yeah.
He does not have a YouTube channel. He was on our Magic Maze stream. Yep, that's Jonathan. I think I linked to his Twitter handle in that stream.
Yeah, we'll put a link to Jonathan's stuff in the doobly-doo.
If I remember.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. We're gonna go... Oh, cool! 100% of this game is made on recycled board.
Oh, really? It says that?
Yes, right here. It says it right here. 100% recycled paperboard.
Wow.
That is awesome.
I just saw someone saying
also, there's,
that, like,
the tree on the front is shiny. I can't get it to show it.
Oh, whoa.
But it's got the multi-layer shiny going on. Anyway.
Someone was just talking about how their games are expensive to ship. It was like 6 pounds of game. They're like, yeah, there's a lot of tree in the box. And, like, this is a lot of recycled tree in the box. So that's...
Into trees. They recycle trees into trees so that we can play a game about trees.
I heard you like trees.
I heard you like trees, bro. That's pretty good.
All right.
Thank you for tuning in and watching. If you're watching this live, we love you guys. I honestly feel like we have the best board game chat crew, like, period. There's a lot of board game streams out there now, and I know people have options, but I love y'all, and I love that you come and hang out, and I love that you feel like you can come and hang out, and that this is a fun space. We would not have continued streaming if our chat was not this good. Like, seriously, we stream stuff. We, like, miss you guys when we're traveling. We took that week off, and we legit were, like, playing, and we were like, I miss the chat. Like, so, thank you for joining us, as always. And if you haven't watched this live with us, you should. You should come hang out. You know, stay up super late. It's a lot of fun. Hopefully it's a game that you're interested in. But, yeah, if you're watching this in the future, if you have a time that works really good for you, let us know what time that is, and we can try and make it work on, like, a weekend or, like, a midday stream or something like that. So, yeah. All right. I hope you all have a good rest of your week and weekend. The next stream will be on Tuesday. We actually don't know what we're streaming yet because we're letting Jonathan pick, because it's going to be... So it's going to be... John. Sorry, not Jonathan. We're letting John pick because we currently don't have anything in the queue. And I think even if something surprise shows up on my doorstep again, I think we're gonna go with Jonathan's pick on Tuesday. I will find out soon, I hope, and we can start advertising it. Knowing John, it's gonna be something heavier.
Well, it's great. The table can now support it better because it's pine. You know, it's real wood.
So yeah, and then next Thursday is our Gin Can't special stream. So we'll be playing Karuba at 4 p.m. and then at our normal stream time, maybe a little earlier, we'll be doing a party. We're actually throwing a party at our house, which is a Gin Camp party, and we've invited a lot of our friends that some of you have seen on the stream already and some haven't. And we're just going to invite the stream to our party as well, and you will have a spot, and we're going to play some party games. We're just going to hang out and have snacks and just have a great gin camp time at our house. I'm really super excited for that, like super excited. So don't forget to come to the party next week. It's going to be probably from like 6 p.m. till the neighbors ask us to please stop being so nerdy, so loud.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Word.
Word slam. Oh, try it again.
Word.
Slam! Woo! We're going to play Word Slam. For sure. We're playing Word Slam.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun. Okay, awesome. We're going to go to dinner now. Night, Internet.
Alright, good night.
Alright.
I do kind of want to play Fox in the Forest.
No, I was serious.
Yeah, no, like,
Let's
I
grab
actually,
it and go to Dottie's.
Yeah.
The DJ starts at 10, so if we just get there and eat before 10, we don't have to deal with the DJ. So, yeah.
Fox
Okay.
is, like, quiet. Okay.
Oh. Everyone go bug John on Twitter with what you want to play. Oh, man. Oh, and Arkwright stream. Nobody here has Arkwright. I really want to play Arkwright, but nobody has it. John doesn't have it. We don't have it. No. Alright. See you there saying night. So we can stop.